Volkswagen stay scheming.
If you're don't stay scheming, they're not good at it. They got caught. They got caught.
What's going on, folks? It's Spade.
It's Cam.
And you are watching a brand new episode of Two Brothers Automotive News, where we come through and hit you with them actual factuals. You ain't even got to use your data and search the internet. We got you.
We your source. We your source. When you talk to people, you cite us.
That's right. You say Two Brothers. You want to go? You want me to go?
I think I went first last time, so I'm going to give you the honors.
All right, man. Shocker here. Everyone brace yourself. We're going to stay in the Americas for this news. Cam, I got good news for you. You told me a long time ago when you was a young lad, what was your favorite car?
Camaro. Bumblebee.
I got great news for you and all of the Camaro fans in the world. The Camaro returns. The Camaro returns. Okay. Now, first of all, for those that might not know, production of the Camaro ended in 2024. I think January 2024, they made the call that production was done, and then obviously they sold whatever they had throughout the remainder of the year. But the Camaro ended in 2024. We saw government regulations come through and really make some changes that made it tough for the American muscle car. The good news is...
What was the best modern American muscle car at that point?
Maybe. Relax.
I'm not going to derail, but you know.
Relax. Okay, so the good news is the Camaro is possibly returning.
Okay.
The not best news is that it's not returning in the way that you would expect it to return. Now, my source is Motor Trend, and if you know the popular magazine, Motor Trend say that they have sources that have confirmed that the Camaro will return as a EV SUV set to compete with the Ford Mustang Mach-E. And I got to be completely honest with you. I was devastated. I felt like the Ford Mustang Mach-E, I've said it, we're on record as saying it. The Mach-E is not a bad vehicle. What we hate is that you called it the Mustang. You call it anything. You could have called it the Pony. You could have called, I don't give a shit. You can call it the Clydesdale, but don't call it the Mustang. Don't use the most iconic name in the Ford lineup. So the issue was never the fact that the Mach-E is a bad car. It's the fact that you used the most iconic name in the history of the Ford lineups. Now, you can say Ford GT. Obviously, that's legendary. But as far as historic, what the Mustang has represented for the Ford, I just felt like it was blasphemous to come out and call an EV SUV a Mustang. And for whatever reason...
Even with the Mach-E?
Nah, that didn't make it.
The Mach-E? That
went
hard.
Nah, that went hard and it didn't help. So Camaro allegedly is set to come back in the form of an EV SUV to compete with that Mach-E. Cam, let me get your thoughts.
Yeah. Like I wasn't raising the pitchfork at the Mustang thing. I definitely understood the sentiment, but that's just because I wasn't really a Mustang purist. So like it was kind of, I get it, but I don't really care. This one is like, it's like, okay, this is weird. Like the Camaro, not so much coming back as an EV, but the SUV part is what's getting me. Like,
well, it's funny you say that because GM President Mark Royce says that he sees the Camaro coming back as an EV car. So
what are they gonna call it?
The Camaro.
They both gonna be called Camaro?
No. He's saying that he don't see it coming back as an SUV.
Oh.
He sees it coming back as an EV car.
So I thought the headline of this was that it's coming back as an SUV. Ain't the CEO saying that it's not?
The source is Motor Trend. They saying they got sources to say it's coming back as an EV
So they saying CEO
SUV.
cap.
They saying the CEO cap. Well, not CEO, GM President.
GM President cap. Okay.
President said he see it returning as an EV. I tell you what, the common denominator is electric vehicle.
Yeah.
For Camaro. And I mean, I feel like last episode we talked a bit about Dodge and their attempts to make a very popular, loved muscle car into an EV and how poorly it went. And it almost makes me wonder, like, at what point would these companies just stop doing that? And also, we've seen very popular cars, loved muscle cars, make attempts at being EVs, and it just wasn't well received. So what shocks me about this is I don't know if GM is saying they don't expect the fact that government regulations have flipped, if they don't expect that to last, which would be fair. Like it could be one way today and one way tomorrow.
Which is how it's been super volatile this year. It's like we're going EV heavy, we're not going EV heavy.
But it just feels weird that in the current landscape where regulations seem to be a bit more relaxed, for you to make a plan this drastic to be like, we're going to do an EV. And don't get it twisted. GM has EVs. They got EV SUVs.
Yeah, they got
something
the
called
Blazer. Chevy Blazer.
I'm going to mess the name up. It's something like an Atrium or something like that. They got some little small compact SUV.
It's a thing. It's a Ford.
It's not a Ford. It's GM.
I mean, not GM. It's not Ford. What's the name of that thing?
I don't know, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But they have something in this market already. So it's like, are they just going to facelift it? I got online, what I saw was like concepts, a Mox, and I'm not going to lie. If they cook up with that concept look like, it ain't a bad looking car.
The concept SUV?
Yeah, it don't look bad at all. It's just, I don't love the fact that you're using the Camaro. The Camaro is iconic. Let's not mess with that.
It is. Yeah, Bumblebee won on SUV.
That's facts.
Bumblebee, that just ain't it.
That ain't it.
But I don't know. I feel like these manufacturers feel like it's got to be a reason they feel like they got to do this, because again, this will be 3 for 3 in the American brands of them.
You're right.
Of them taking an iconic name and like, we finna make this electrified. Now I will give Dodge's credit; they the only one so far that kept it to at least the same body shape.
That's true.
Ford just went, we're going full SUV. Even though they got it sound like they got to talk internally on what the plan is, because the old boy saying he see it as a car. Motor Trend said our sources say,
which they didn't cite,
it's gonna be an SUV. Which they ain't gonna kiss and tell.
Nah,
they got somebody on the inside saying, this definitely gonna be an SUV. So
and it's gonna compete with the Mach-E.
Yeah, so I don't know what's up with that. I don't know what type of data they're getting saying like that's the move, but clearly for all 3 of them 2 out of 3 of them to have this conversation, somebody gotta be telling them it's a good idea. I'm not saying I agree with it, but it's been a common trend. But I don't know how I feel about that. I don't love it. I definitely don't love it.
I don't love it.
I ain't got no names for them. Like that ain't my skill. That ain't my department.
We don't get paid to come up with names. They got somebody in there that should be doing it. And they doing a bad job.
Come up with a different name. If it is gonna be an SUV, at least make it look like a Camaro, as close as that can be.
You would like that. That would win you over, you think?
I'm not gonna say it would win me over, but if you're gonna do it, to me, that's the best way to do it. At least because the Mustang Mach-E doesn't look like outside of the rear tail lights, it don't look like a Mustang.
Yeah, no, at all.
Nothing like a Mustang. So,
and I want to shoot these companies some bail and say, like, here in America, there has been a uptick in interest in SUVs. Compact SUV.
I'm about to say, especially compact or coupe SUVs.
Those coupe SUVs.
I hate
oh
that
my
damn
God,
name.
my wife want one. I mean, so the whole thing is like, listen, I'm speaking based on what I know. Don't attack me. But the women I know like SUVs because they like to ride in something that sits up higher. So, I mean, obviously you ain't in a Bigfoot truck. You're riding a little bit higher. You do have a little bit more cargo space unless you opted for one of those coupe SUVs that's a sloped, back end, so actually
pretty much all the coupe SUVs.
Less cargo space in an actual SUV, but they are popular. And maybe they are thinking tying in the name will grab that person who might not have. But I just think these are names that
cohort is like, what are you doing? So they ain't checking for that. Nah, man. Yeah, I'm interested to see that they put a timetable. Like we supposed to expect to see this end of this year, next year.
I think next year.
Next year.
I think next year.
Okay.
26.
Something to keep your eyes out for sure. That's interesting. That's all you got for that type of thing?
That's all I got.
Okay. Spade like to be in the Americas. And today, per usual, going across the pond. We're going to Germany. But we're not going where y'all think we're going. We talking to their parent company, Volkswagen. Spade. And this ain't good news. This ain't none of this good.
Okay.
Volkswagen has locked some horsepower behind a subscription, Spade. Yes. For the small price of 16 British pounds or 22.5 US dollars per month, you can unlock roughly 20 more horsepower in your Volkswagen ID3. Now, probably sitting there wondering, why would they put that behind a subscription model? Why only 20 horsepower? How much horsepower exactly are you getting after that? I have the answer to all these questions. Spade. In the Volkswagen ID3, customers can go from the standard.
Okay.
And I say standard air quote because the car can do this boosted version standard just behind the paywall. So standard,
Awful.
200 horsepower.
Awful.
Standard.
Awful.
And for $23 basically a month, you can go to 228 horsepower. Now, before I even say anything else,
Keep it.
228 horsepower 10 years ago wasn't that much.
No. And these cars are small.
These are very small cars. It's ID3. 230 horsepower. I'll round up 228. It's 230 horsepower today. It's not a lot. For you to say I can pay $20 to go from 200 to 230 in a Volkswagen ID3? A Volkswagen ID3. And Spade over here looking at it right now. He want to see what ID3 look like.
Now, I want to see what it weighs.
You want to see the way? Bro, are you out of your damn mind? And who in the cohort of an ID3 wants more horsepower? What is Volkswagen's thought process with this? Like, they ain't put this in no Golf. They ain't put this in no what's the Golf R? Like the GTI, like they ain't put this in, like I could have even, not saying I agree with it, but not even in a Jetta, in an ID3, bro, in an ID3.
I'm shocked that it's not as light as I thought it was.
Well, it's an EV, so ain't too many light EVs out there. It's a small EV, but it's still an EV.
The weight is the battery.
Yeah, so it's still heavy. But yeah, Spade, this has caused backlash from consumers. Like, people are up in arms about it. It is ridiculous. Like, again, like you saying it comes standard with 200 horsepower and I'm paying to go to 230. I'm finna pay $25 a month to have 230 horsepower. You out of your mind. Like, you are literally out of your mind. And we've seen this with BMW, Tesla, Jeep, Polestar, all these, and probably some other brands. They've tried these subscription-based upgrades and they have not been received well. But Spade, when I was reading through this article, they did raise a question, and me and you talked about this previously on the show before. But will subscription-based upgrades become a standard in the future as manufacturers start to lean more into software?
Not with those numbers.
Not with those numbers?
That shit is never catching on. That shit's never catching on because, I mean, do you even feel 23 different, like a 23 horsepower change?
Damn shit not going from 200 to 228.
That's so minute. You're not gonna feel that. It's also, I'm torn. It's not very expensive. I don't understand who this benefits. I mean, $23 a month is not moving the needle for Volkswagen, and 230 horsepower.
Well, for one person, it's not moving the needle, but you get how many people own an ID3? We'll ballpark and say 20,000 people.
Let's see.
We'll say,
I don't think a lot.
Let's say half 10,000 people at $20 a month for however long they own that car. That does kind of add up over time. Because we talked about Apple CarPlay in previous, a couple episodes ago. We talked about the CarPlay Ultra thing and manufacturers kind of getting off of that train because they would basically lose money to people subscribing to their own software because Apple was taking over and it was proprietary and it was there when it was free. So I think short term it's not a lot of money, but long term, when you add up all that stuff over time, it's a decent amount of money.
Yeah, it is. I just looked. So this year, it said they sold 149,000 worldwide of those.
Okay.
And I figure if you cut that number in half roughly, if we just say 75,000 of these owners go, oh, I want, how many more horsepower?
20.
Man, come on, man.
27 to be exact.
Get out of here, man. That's awful, bro.
So it's 75K of them at 22. What is that? 1.7?
1.7.
1.7. And that's a month.
That's ridiculous.
That's 1.7 mil extra a month.
I don't think it's enough.
I mean, I definitely don't think half people, like, we definitely overestimate that with half of the people.
Yeah, I was just being generous.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess it costs nothing to them though, because they can still build a car and just say, hey, the car's gonna go 228, but then we just gonna software lock it to 201. Like, that costs them nothing virtually to do that.
That's
it's dirty. It's disgusting. It's actually disgusting. Like, even if this were like,
I got nothing.
Even if you were getting like 200 horsepower gain, it would still be disgusting. Like, this is a disgusting business practice. 200
horsepower gain, though, you got my attention at least.
The value is there, but the practice is still discussion. It's still discussion.
Yeah, I mean, but listen, I'm not advocating for this. But I'm saying we have bad practices in other places.
Yeah.
You know what?
So you see this as like an inevitable that we're gonna deal with. So like at least
I think if you can have some nasty practices if the reward's there. You know what people do? People pay money to go to theme parks.
Yeah.
They pay a lot of money to take their family to theme parks. And then they stand in long lines for rides. And people who were willing to pay more money walk past their ass in the line and go to the front of it. So, I mean, listen, it's precedent for this practice. The practice is there.
Capitalism will always win.
Let me tell you, it's flourishing. But 23 horsepower, you can kiss my ass. I'm just going to be honest with you. Even if you told me $5 a month, which is nothing.
Yeah, it's not worth.
I don't care about 23 horsepower.
I care about my fast food beverage and sandwich more than that 20 horsepower. Like
that's a large sweet tea. You know what I'm saying? Get out of here, man. I'm not. But you know what? You just created another topic for me.
Okay, on the fly.
On the fly. Listen, man. What if I told you that there were literal thousands of Volkswagens and Audis parked in a
I saw that in the desert or something like that.
In the Mojave Desert.
Yeah.
You would be like, what? Thousands? They just parked in the desert?
I didn't read into what was going on there, but I did see that headline.
Oh, well, I got you. So let me let you know what happened, man. Basically, the German automaker was caught red-handed roughly 10 years ago, making cars that were designed to cheat the U.S. emission system. The car was engineered in a way that during its testing, it was going to perform a certain way and it was going to have stupid low emissions. And then after that phase, the car would reportedly have 40 times the emissions that it had during testing. And they got caught.
Like recently?
No, this was like 10 years ago. That's what I'm saying. I don't know how this snuck by me. But I found it today. Better late than never. Better late than never, bro. So it's something that they call Dieselgate.
Okay.
They have given it a name.
Dieselgate.
Dieselgate is the name, and thousands of Audis and Volkswagens are being left in the Mojave Desert. It comes back to a scandal in which the German giants were caught red-handed a decade ago. All this is all stuff I said. But Volkswagen, it cost them billions of dollars in damages and penalties. So from 2008 to 2015, Volkswagen and a little bit later on, Audi as well, were discovered to have been cheating U.S. emission regulations.
Oh, I know the government had a field day with their pockets. I know the feds was going crazy.
And you know, I don't want this to roll into a whole nother conversation, but I hear this and I think, how is the U.S. deficit so high? How did we not chip a big chunk of it away here? This should have chipped a big chunk of it away. And the American people didn't hear about it. I didn't hear about it a decade ago.
I definitely didn't.
So this tells me somebody got their pockets fat from this. And it wasn't me.
Well, it had to be called Dieselgate. You know what that means. That money went straight to government officials. We didn't see that.
So yeah, man, there was a Volkswagen Golf. It's not just a Golf, but it was a Golf TDI, which I think turbocharged direct injection engines. Volkswagen programmed these cars to activate their emissions controls only during laboratory testing.
Boys they had the safe mode. Had the safe mode.
Hey, when I was younger, I'm gonna put this picture somewhere, probably there. I want you to see an aerial view of the Mojave Desert.
And how many cars are there?
And how many cars are parked there, bro? It's nuts.
Is it like just a free for all? Like if you can find which Mojave Desert, you got a free car, or is it like why they taking them there? Like they gonna let them burn to death? Like what's this torture?
Bro,
like are the cars being punished for behaving bad? Like what's happening?
I don't know. They said that Volkswagen owns 40 remote storage places.
And the Mojave Desert is one of them.
The Mojave's one.
How does one own a piece of the desert?
Hey man,
like
you were asking the right questions. You just asking them to the wrong person.
And why? Like why not just crush these cars and like I don't know recycle the metals or whatnot? Like what is the purpose of letting them sit in the middle of the desert? I don't understand that.
That's a good, and I read that part. I don't know what it is. What's so funny about this is that it cost the German brands over $7.4 billion to buy back over 300,000 cars that had cheated emission testing.
300,000?
300,000.
It cost them $7 billion to get it back?
Yeah, because it was penalties too.
Oh yeah,
it wasn't just.
I'm just trying to get all the numbers wrapped up.
I remember hearing this,
And they put all 300,000 of them in the Mojave Desert.
Nah, I mean they got 40 of these stash houses. Listen, man, Volkswagen got.
So it's different remote locations that just like the Mojave.
I don't know what the
so they probably got they probably got a store like in the Arctics of Antarctica somewhere.
Yeah, probably some on the moon.
Probably Iceland, Greenland, somewhere, you know, up there where people don't be.
I want to believe it's something on the moon.
On the moon?
Yeah.
They flew them out into space.
Delete them shits up there. I imagine, let me stop, because
I really just want to know what the thought process of, like, we got to take all these cars back, what are we going to do with them? And somebody said, we still got that lot in the Mojave Desert, right?
Yeah.
Why the hell they got a lot in Mojave? Like, it's so many questions I got there. Like, why do you own a lot in the Mojave Desert?
Yeah.
Why was that the location of, like, yeah, this is where we going to dump the cars? Why is that even allowed? Like,
yeah.
And if you live near the Mojave Desert and you want to make this journey and go see this lot, like, can you just pull up and the keys in there and like
I don't think
you can get it out?
There, bro. You know, the more I read, the more information I get. I said it cost the German brand over 7.4 billion. That was indeed the buyback, but it said the scandal has cost Volkswagen over 33 billion in legal settlements and vehicle refits.
And we done talked about them having a lot of financial issues last year and this year.
And you want to know why? I think this just shine light on, they like extra $23 a month. Hey, any little bit can help. We trying to recoup. How are these boys out of the red?
The sausages.
That, you know what?
Sausage, hey, if you remember some episodes back, I told y'all Volkswagen, they were making that bank on selling sausages. And that and probably some of their other business endeavors that don't have to do with cars, probably keeping them afloat.
I remember when I was a kid watching something, they was like, you know what's so crazy about criminals? They're really smart. They just use their smarts wrong. They're thinking so hard to figure out how to cheat the system. Volkswagen, figure out how to make some better cars. You know, bring the Beetle back in a way where we won't hate it. You know what I'm saying?
They'll just bring it back in Beetle. They'll just bring it back as an EV and piss everybody off.
Nah, that ain't it though.
Yeah, that's what they'll do.
Hey, this was crazy though. I ain't gonna lie, y'all low key cooked with the whole pretend like you got good emissions, but don't.
Well, they clearly did not cook.
They cooked for a little while.
The U.S. federal government did not agree.
I want to know what them damn billions at U.S.
That, and I want to know why they took all them cars to the goddamn desert. Like what?
It's crazy. I was hoping to find it while you was talking. Yeah. I actually read it somewhere and I can't find it again. But it basically said something like the initial plan was like to store them there until they resolved whatever issue.
Oh, so they were thinking they could possibly put them back on the market.
They thought they were going to spin the block with them. Nah. I mean, and who want a car that been sitting in the desert? Like, get that
sand?
Out of there,
like what? Sand all the and then that heat to it. Probably components done melted and all type of like. Nah,
it ain't like they got. You know, come on, y'all paint ain't what. You know, paint got to be cracking.
Nah, that ain't
tires, dry rot.
Volkswagen, do better. This subscription is not gonna get you out that debt. It's not gonna do it. Probably might want to invest in selling more sausages. That's probably the better play.
I want somebody that. You gotta see this picture. I can't wait for the viewers.
It's gonna be up there, but
it's crazy.
That is crazy. Spade, is that all you got for today?
That's all I got, man. Volkswagen, stay scheming.
If you're don't stay scheming. Man. They're not good at it. They got caught. They got caught. Don't model yourself after them if you want to be a criminal.
Hey man,
they got caught. Leave a comment below. Let us know how you feel about either one of these topics. This whole Volkswagen subscription, them throwing cars in the desert, and that being okay. Spade, what did you talk about? We didn't talk about this so long. I forget. What was your first topic? Nah, you didn't forget.
Right?
Camaro, yeah. How do you feel about the Camaro possibly coming back as an electric SUV? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Do you not care? Yeah, sound off in the comments. Like, subscribe, follow us on TikTok and Instagram. The links are in the bio. Y'all know what to do.
Yes, sir.
See y'all next time. Peace.